are now tuned in to the hottest barber podcast, C's Barber Talk, with your host, the one and only C. All Barber Talk. We talk about hottest clippers, best products. Let's go.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy C, also known as C Got Phase on Instagram. And you can see who I got next to me, man. The one and only. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Vic, Timeless Vic, Vic the Barber, whatever you want to call me, whatever you know me as. It doesn't matter to me, but what's up?
Yeah. What's up, man? How you doing? Gee,
I'm good, bro.
I'm excited to have you. You don't understand, man. You taught me how to cut. To be honest, I can't, say any more than that. For real.
That's what's up, bro.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I'm doing good, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support, and appreciate you having me on here today. That's what's up. Yep.
And
so yeah, I mean, how are you doing? Go ahead.
Nah, man, I was gonna say, man, where you been at? You're not dropping like you used to on YouTube, man.
Man,
we miss you.
I just well, I actually have been dropping videos lately, but yeah. I mean, I did stop for a long time. I know that. I really don't have any. I mean, because to me, it's like there's no excuse for excuses. So I can't really say, I stopped making them for this or that. I mean, to me, it's just an excuse to keep it real. But I mean, they are my personal reasons. But to me, in hindsight, I look at it like, okay, I could have kept going. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. There was just I went through a lot of things where I kind of just put it on the back burner because I just didn't feel like it was really that important at the time. You know what I mean? Not that I don't think it's important to promote yourself or that I thought YouTube wasn't important for whatever reason. But I just, at the time I was going through different things, and I just, when you're just not feeling something, you can't put stuff up and be artistic and be artistic. I mean, really, that's what it is when your mind's not there. You know what I'm saying? So when my mind is there and I'm on fire, I feel like, I set myself apart from the crowd. But if I'm not there, I'm just going to be another barber posting a YouTube video, and that's not ever what I've ever wanted to be. So that's more or less, and I mean, I did actually recently, I was gonna talk about this in an up and coming YouTube video. I just recently got out of a partnership, and I don't want to say who I was in partnership with, but I was in a partnership with a YouTube company, and it wasn't YouTube, but it was a company that does partnerships on YouTube. And for the longest time, man, I was getting like just straight taken advantage of, you know what I mean? Like I would look on my CPMs or whatever, and it would say, oh, I'm going to make this much. And I ain't gonna lie, I got a little discouraged with that too, but I didn't know any better early in my YouTube career. So I went ahead and signed up with that partnership, and they were just getting me like for more than half of my checks. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I was just like, I'm putting in all this work, and really they're not doing it. My work is doing it. My haircuts are getting me out there. They weren't doing nothing for me. Oh, they're saying like, oh, we're getting you higher paid ads, but what's the point if you guys are taking a half or 3/4 of the check anyways? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I just wasn't seeing the benefit from it other than, I'm helping people, but it's a lot of fucking work making YouTube videos. Like at the end of the day, nobody could say that that anybody that's doing it right now is not just doing it just to help people. Like everybody's doing it, maybe to help people, but there's also a little incentive there if you're getting paid. And so, I got a family to feed, I got things I got to do. And if I'm not getting paid to do something, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Or very little for a lot of, I mean, delivering that much game that I was given, and there wasn't anybody else dropping that kind of game at that time. And it was like, I'm not getting compensated for this game. You know what I mean? So in any way, like I was literally, just falling short in that way. So kind of like it discouraged me. So I allowed that to discourage me along with other personal issues. But I always say this, my heart's always been with YouTube, and I've always loved doing YouTube videos. But like I said earlier, like if you're not in it, you know what I mean? If the love isn't there for whatever reason, not because, obviously I do love YouTube, but if the love for doing something is not there at the moment, then you're just, it's almost better that you don't dilute yourself, because you'll end up diluting yourself, and that's not a good thing. You want to keep your stuff original, and you just want to, you got to be on point in that sense. And so that's why, and just like I said, I went through other stuff. My house not burnt down, but my garage caught on fire. I lost a ton of like online products, so I had to maneuver through that. But I mean, everything has gone up. Like I did have one bad year where a lot of weird stuff happened, but I believe that the universe has a funny way of just working things out and throwing different things your way, so that, to see what you're about, to see if you're going to crumble. And then if you don't, as long as you don't and you stick through things, you're going to eventually prosper. And I have prospered. And so, that's why I'm back on YouTube. And right now, to be honest with you, like I said, with that partnership, now that I cut that, that's one of the big, other than the fact that I haven't posted for a long time, so the algorithm is just out the window for me. But I would be getting more views than I am. But the reason why is because once I cut that partnership, they completely cut it. Like, so I'm basically starting from scratch. You know what I'm saying?
Like brand new.
And I'm okay. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not scared to start from scratch. Like, I'm not scared. I'm at a point in my life now, like I could lose everything and I'm not fucking scared. I'm not scared to, and I have been in that position where I was scared. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to move like this or that, because if I do, you know what I mean? I'll be losing this way or that way. I'm at the point now where, like, I don't care, bro. The power's within me. It ain't in my barber shop. It ain't in Timeless Barbers. It ain't in none of this exterior stuff. It's all in me. So with that, now that I used to have that power. I've always had the power, but I stopped tapping into it. You know what I mean? But like, so now that I've got that back, I like to call it my mojo. You know what I mean? Now that I got my mojo back, yeah. We can call it mojo. You can call it force. You can call it God. Whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's just that power. You know what I mean? Once you got that back, and once you know who you are and what you're about and what's in you, not on you, but what's in you, then you know like what you can do. And I'm just at that point again now. So it's like, I'm not tripping if I drop a dope ass video and get 2,500 views. I don't give a shit. Look at the comments. Cats are like, bro, ain't nobody seeing the video, but the people that are seeing are like, bro, we miss you, bro. Nobody's dropping stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because they're not. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. Everybody's on some gimmicky ass shit. You know what I mean? The real barbers on YouTube are not, if there isn't any real barbers posting stuff, I mean, just, you can have a license, but that makes you a licensed barber. But I'm talking about a real barber that really do it for the craft and really love it. Like, you know what I mean? If YouTube wasn't around, I'd still be a fucking barber. You know what I'm saying? I love being a barber. It's just what it is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, cut all the online business, cut YouTube, cut social media. Will these cats still be barbers? That's the question. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the real question. This motherfucker right here would still be a barber. And that's just 100. That's just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? And
you came from the barber wave where you were the first ones kind of putting things out, right? Like you taking.
Yeah, I wasn't the first. Right, I wasn't the first, but I was definitely, one of the pioneers. I went to school with Randy. Randy for sure was a huge inspiration for me. Like, I love Randy, man. He's got a good soul, good heart, and he's a good dude. You know what I mean? For me, it was Al. Right? Go ahead.
Did he start putting videos?
Yeah, I mean, he stopped because me and him struggle with kind of the same kind of stuff. Like, we both would get social anxiety. So we've talked about stuff like that. And it's like, you just get anxiety. Like, you start feeling like people are fucking expecting so much of you. Yeah. And it's like, it's not that you can't deliver, but it's just like, to somebody that doesn't get anxiety, like, you can't like explain it to them, because people are like, what is that? Like, what do you mean? How do you feel? And it's like, bro, it's like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. You know what I mean? When you get anxiety and stuff, and like, I think for him, he just got, I don't know what made him stop, but for me, he was definitely a big inspiration before YouTube and barber college. Like, I used to just sit there and watch him, and like,
he was just filming a cool ass dude, and
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And he
Yeah.
was always just cool. He wasn't. There was other barbers that didn't even have bars up in there, and they were just hella cocky, and like, you know what I mean? Like they were just hella like, it would be like, don't watch me. You know what I mean? You'd be
Yeah, yeah,
walking up
yeah.
like, oh, cool, clean fade. You know what I mean? Being
Uh-huh.
humble. And
Mhm.
there's just certain cats that I'm not gonna say no names or nothing, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, but then you look at them now, it's like, where you at now, playa? Where's your shop at? Where's your
Yeah,
not
yeah.
to be, not to
But
compete or nothing,
with
but it's
someone with
like
that type of
these guys
attitude, you know what I mean?
exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
don't come at
they
me
just
like that,
weren't.
and then 6, 8 years later, you ain't doing nothing. When, now I understand your point of view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Like you got to give. You know what I mean? You got to give to get, and that's just the way
Hmm.
the game goes. But I'm at a point where, you know what I mean. The game is definitely like, you know what I mean. You definitely got to
Changed.
be. Well, yeah, not really that. I mean, the game is just gonna be what it is. Like it's just like the rap game. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
hip hop. If you listen to real hip hop music and you hear this new stuff, and it's like, yeah, sometimes it's cool, but it ain't what it used to be. And I mean, that's kind of the way barbering is headed. But
hmm,
that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop being who I am, or that I'm gonna be bitching about these new dudes that are coming in doing some weird shit. But I mean, that's on them. That's their vision. That's
yeah,
their idea. That's what they want to do, and who am I to judge them? You know what I mean? I
yeah.
don't judge not lest you be judged. For
Hey,
which
if they're
what
winning,
measure
they're
of
winning.
judgment?
You know
Exactly,
what I
and I
mean?
mean, and is yeah. If they're winning, it's cool, and to me, it's like, I'm not gonna judge people, but I'm still gonna be real. I'm still gonna be who
Oh
I am.
yeah.
I'm not gonna switch up and start doing funny style shit just to get like some extra views and shit. Because I could do that.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm just gonna be me, and it's just, if people fuck with it, they do, and if they don't, oh well. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I guess I'm just a dinosaur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
So
I'm
I
already
remember.
good. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good. I'm
yeah.
good regardless. Like I've already made it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I've already done what I need to do, and I'm off doing more shit now, other shit that where I don't really even need. I mean, I'll still utilize social media to a benefit, but it's like I don't really even need to put myself out there like anymore. I've already stacked the cheese. I've invested, done what I need to do, set my family up where I need to be, and I got my own shop. I mean, I can open up more shops if I wanted to. But the only thing is finding good barbers. That's the problem. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you don't want a bunch of barbershops with a bunch of goofballs in there that don't know what
Yeah.
they're doing or don't want to show up or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like
Well,
I'm good with or without it. But I'm back in. Go ahead.
and I
Go
was gonna
ahead.
say, a great example of who you are now, you turned into Dr. Dre. That's a plain example. Because he sits
The
back.
white Dr. Dre.
Hey, he sits back.
Yeah.
He did his work. He put on everybody that he had to. He did his footwork. He blew up. So now he just sits back and just makes, the beats,
He's
and
still he's
he
still
doesn't
working
need
though. I
so and
guarantee he's
oh
still
yeah,
working.
but he
Yeah,
don't
but
need social
yeah,
media.
but he ain't on. Yeah, he ain't trying to market himself and
Mhm,
like, you know what I mean, put himself
mhm.
out there. And he's just like, you either know him, and if you don't know him, there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I
that's
feel
kind of
that,
like,
and
yeah,
that's how
I
you are in the
guess.
barber game, to be honest, because I posted you,
Yeah,
and everybody's like, "Oh, you're with the legend." So you know what I mean? And that's why I say you're like a
yeah,
Dr. Dre, because you came from the first wave of putting a lot of barbers on how to cut, because you were putting raw footage out, and like you said, you put work into those videos. And now, that was the
yeah,
first wave. The second wave, I feel like it was 360, Chris Basio, Chuka, and then that was a new
yeah.
wave now. So now we're on a whole different wave.
There is, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Chris Basio 360, I
It's
think they
just,
kind of faded out, and we got new
hey,
ones
but
coming
hey,
out.
there's a bunch of new waves, but none of them can really wave though.
Oh, there you go. I've been seeing those. I've been seeing your
I'll just
videos,
mess
man.
around.
Pop like it. Hey. No, they're dope though,
Yeah,
man.
that's actually what I really love. I love popping just as much as barbering, and I picked up clippers and I started popping roughly at the same age, which is 12 years old. And I've found that like now that I'm kind of where I want to be, not exactly where I want to be, but I'm closer to where I want to be. So
Hmm.
now that's why you're starting to see me starting to post that shit, because that's actually what I really love doing. Like I was a competitive dancer, you know what I mean? I was
Hmm.
traveling around battling people left and right, and I almost stopped doing that to get my money right through barbering, which I mean, I'm still a barber, I still do what I do, but now that I'm kind of like where I'm at, that's like more of my artistic side, my dance side. And that's, you know what I mean? Now that I'm able to actually put more time into it, that's what I'm doing. I'm only 36. So.
Yeah, so I seen that you break dance a lot. I see you were posting videos, and I come from a background Hispanics. Some of us got the uncles that used to do that back in the day. So DJs, and
Yeah.
when I watch you do that, you just bring back memories of my uncle and then talking about it, and it's dope watching that, man. But that's your passion, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So you're getting, and how's that doing, man? I see you was in the barbershop doing it. I was like, okay, look at him.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, no, I've just been practicing a little bit here and there, trying to. I look at it more too as like a way to stay in good shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because you're using your full. Yeah, you got your full body moving, and it gets your heart rate up, and then constantly flexing, popping. You know what I mean? When you hit like that, it's like, dude, it's a fucking workout, bro.
Yeah.
Like straight up. I was even thinking about doing I had this idea a long time ago to make popping workout videos. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's already made like the popping people, and I've had people go, dude, you should make popping tutorials, but it's like, I'm kind of like whatever on that. But like popping workouts where you're like, you literally are standing in place. I'm not gonna stand up because then I'll fucking this thing will get disconnected. But like literally like popping, pow, pow. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? You're teaching like just the basic pop, the basic popping movements, and you're just like, all right, ready, one. You know what I mean? And just do it, and just dude, that'd be sick, bro. People would love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've thought about doing that too. Popping workout videos.
There you go. Add it to the list, man. It might blow up on you.
Yeah.
Luke, highest views right now.
Some lucre. What's that?
What's your highest view right now?
What's that?
What's your highest view on one of your videos?
What popping videos or the barbering videos?
I think you're in the millions on some.
I mean, I have for sure. Yeah, I got videos that are like 4 million views and all that. If I could only get to that again, that'd be amazing.
Oh, but
what's crazy is I'm not even really. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, and like you said earlier, all you're doing is starting over, but you're gonna come at it a different way. But it's just when I feel like something like that, because I had an Instagram that was booming, but then I deleted it. So now where I'm at right now, I'm redoing everything, but I'm coming at it a different way. And people didn't even know that I was a barber for 6-7 years, and everybody's like, who is this dude coming to the scene? Like, where'd he come from? And so I'm coming.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were a noob in the game.
Yeah, no, but you're not.
Yeah, like I was saying. I was like, oh shit, you've actually owned a shop and all that. That's tight. I didn't know that. I thought you were just some new youngster dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we were talking earlier, and you're not the only one that has ever said that. Like a lot of these people that have been hitting me up, and they're like, when you just became a barber? I'm like, nah, man, I've been doing it. But it was like I deleted my old one. I came at it a whole different way, and I'm just a smart way, and I feel like it's working. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But and I feel like with you starting over on your YouTube, you got to start from the ground again. Kind of, you have the platform, but you still got to start over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't be scared. Scared money don't make money.
Yeah.
If you're scared, go to church. You gotta. Yeah. You just gotta get back to it. You know what I mean? In your case, you're getting to it, and me, I'm getting back to it.
Yeah.
And whatever happens with it, whatever. I'm not like I got no expectations. So really I can't I got expectations. I always have goals, expectations, but I mean, as far as like YouTube, I'm not like, oh my God, this video better get 100,000 views in a week or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna be heartbroken.
Yeah.
Or does that mean people don't like it? Or does that mean I don't trip like that? You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm putting out is that real shit. So it's like if people and it's obvious people are loving it, but then the whole algorithm thing, I already know what time it is. You know what I mean? And like you said, you started over your Instagram, right? So peep what I did. Some would say that this was a stupid move. Some would say it isn't, for whatever the case. I don't really care. But so if you look at my Timeless Barbers IG, that was at like 79 or 80,000 followers like 4 years ago, right? And it's dwindled down, but that's my original page. So I built that page up to that. So dude, I would have been fucking like way over. I mean, I don't even know where my IG would have been if I would have stuck with that. But I switched that to my brand page, and then I started another one, which was my timeless products page, and then that one jumped up to like 25, and then now that one kind of like dwindled down because I don't really post much on there. But and then I started my new one, which is Timeless Vic. I mean, it ain't that new. I started it probably like 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago, whatever. But I'm not that active on it, and it just, it's been at 26.5 for like the last year, which is crazy because I look in my thing and I got new people following me every day. I'm like, why is it only at 26.5? And but like I said, you can't let shit like that, you know what I mean, mess with you. You know what I mean? I know there's videos on YouTube and stuff that'll tell you like how to like maybe reset your IG, and then all of a sudden your followers shoot up to where they really are for whatever reason. I don't know, but I mean, I still get great activity. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I see some people, they got 100,000 followers, and I'm getting more likes than them and comments. So I'm like, what's going on here? Are those real followers they got? You know what I mean? No. I know all my followers are real. So yeah, they're not, obviously. Yes, exactly. Fools is, I call it, this is what I call it, stone soup. You know what I mean? It ain't got no real meat in there. It ain't got no real vegetables. It ain't got no seasoning. It's just a bunch of stones and water. You know what I'm saying? And that's what cats is.
And that's what I tell these new barbers, man. Don't worry. I tell these barbers, do not worry about these barbers that got 100,000, because half of them are fake. Because when you go to them, go to the picture, they got 10 likes. It don't add up. You have 100K.
Exactly.
10 likes. It don't add up.
Dude.
I always tell barbers, stay in your own lane and focus on yourself. Like you're saying.
Yes, that's the only thing.
Yeah, and if you post a video if you post a video, you get 10,000, you don't care. Well, it's just, I put out, you're on a whole nother level. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks anymore. You know what I mean? And
yes.
And that's how you are.
That's a powerful place to be. Because it takes a while to get to that, especially if you went from being this and everybody fucking, and everybody being on your shit, and then all of a sudden you're over here pretty much just starting over. But see, to me, I could leave barbering and I'm happy with what I've done already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've already made that impact, and I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a multi-dimensional being. I got many talents. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Like I'm not worried. In fact, I could take what I know about marketing, about all this type shit, and I could apply it to other businesses, bro. And to be honest with you, I'll probably make way more money than I would in the barber game. Like just keeping it real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, to me, but I still love it. So it's like, I'm not done with it. I've gone through things that have maybe, you know what I mean, jaded me a little bit and put me in positions where I'm like second guessing my craft and second guessing, do I really like doing this, or do I really even want to be around any barbers? Do I really want all these things? I've second guessed a lot of things, and it's like the answer is I'm not done. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if I feel like I ain't done, then I'm not gonna stop. And it's like, so that means I still got something to do in this. But I got other stuff that I'm working on that's definitely stuff that I'm just as passionate about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dancing being one of them. But that's not the thing that I'm talking about. But I don't know if I'm even going to talk about that on here. But I got other stuff that I'm working on that, I might not even ever dispel the information to the barber and be like, oh, this is one I knew. It's like, it's for everybody, but it ain't necessarily for everybody, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
It's kind of like you see some stuff that I sent you a video, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh shit, thank you for sending that. Like, so I got that's a whole nother thing I'm working with. That shit's already at 15,000 subscribers.
And that's,
you know what I'm saying?
Even at the barber, was like, you see what Vic's doing? I was like, yeah, he sends me everything else. He's like, man, that boy's on a whole nother level right now. I was like, he goes, but it's working.
Oh, whole nother level, bro. Yeah. So I'm New York Times best-selling author coming.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
Nah, I was just because I linked up with Ant, and he was like, well, Vic. I was like, yeah, he's not too far.
Wait, Ant who?
Ant the barber.
What Ant are you talking about?
Ant the barber, the one from Oregon. He's from a.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's from Washington. Yeah. Okay.
Washington. There
Okay. I
you
thought
go.
you were
Yeah.
talking about this other Ant for a second. I was like, what is he talking about? Who's he talking
No,
about?
no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Did he
Ant.
come see you?
He's killing it on YouTube too. He's killing it on YouTube too.
Yeah.
He's getting more views than me.
I
So
know.
he's killing it.
I watched that too. I'm like, what is this formula? Come on, man. You post a video. I'm like, 10,000
everybody's
already.
killing it. Just whatever Vic's doing, don't do that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, but that's what I want to ask too is what do you think about these new barbers that have the platform? Because it's a whole new platform now. You have to say. I mean, do you like the way it's going?
Like,
do you
I like what certain barbers are doing. Like I fuck with Ant because I see him as a real barber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's really about his shit. He ain't about no extra bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's just trying to be at a point of view where everybody knew you, and still to this day everybody knows you, and it's like just you like you said, you disappeared from the scene, but to see people that are there now where you were at for back then, like do you like the way it's going, or would you change some stuff up, or just
like like I said earlier, there's no I mean I'm not, you can't not pay attention, you know what I mean, but my thing is, like I said earlier, but I just don't pay it too much of my attention, but I mean I see what's going on, you know what I mean? But like my thing is this, like I said earlier, everybody's in their own dream. This is your dream right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're living, you created something in your head. You said, I'm going to make this podcast and I'm going to start bringing these barbers on. So you dreamed this up, you thought about it, and now you're making it a reality. You know what I mean? You've had multiple barbers on here that got big names or whatever already. And, so to me, everybody's living their dream. So any barber you bring up to me, oh, what do you think about this person? My answer is always going to be, he's living his dream. He's expressing who he is, and I don't got no problem with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ever. So it's like I can't. Now, as far as like my only thing is like the gimmicky shit. That shit is like just extra shit that's not needed, but whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't. I mean, if you're talking like specific things, like people always ask me about, Vic, what do you think about all the enhancements? And I'm just like, if people want to do it and people got clients that are asking for it, and they want to pay for it, then do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My thing is just people acting like their cut is really fresh, but it's really the enhancements. Like, to me, your cut should be so dope that it looks like it has enhancements. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
There's a ways around that.
And that's the way I cut.
Yeah.
That's the way I've cut. That's the way I've taught how to cut. Keeping all this crispy, you know what I mean? By blending out, making that blend pop, but to where it stays crispy. That's the whole. But see, what people are doing now is they're doing the fade hella crazy high, and then they're just adding that whatever, whether it's a taper or a fade or whatever, and then they're going back in and adding that in and making it look like their cut was artistic, and it's not. It's not the haircut that they did that was artistic. So, but like again, I'm not judging them. I don't care. But my whole thing is just like there's not that many to me as far as cutting wise. The barber game is not better than it was 5 years ago, where it originally got a lot better. Yeah, it got better. Now it's like you would think it would have progressed and got better. The only thing people got better at is painting. They're better at making their haircut that's not that good look like it's a lot better than it is. That's the only thing people got better at.
Yeah.
And better at marketing. People are better at marketing. But the game isn't. I don't look at anybody because I can identify, you know what I mean? I don't knock nobody's hustle, but I can definitely identify the hustle. You feel me? Every time.
Yeah.
And there's nobody really that I see in the game where I'm like, that dude's an awesome businessman, or that dude I can tell he's really, you know what I mean? There's a few people, but they're not people that many people know about because they stick to their own. And they do their own thing, and they're about their bread. A lot of cats like, be about your bread. Don't be about looking like you got bread. Really be about your bread, because it's like these real estate guru dudes or whatever. Like, they never sold a house in their life, but they went to a seminar. They learned all the game. Then they write a book on it, and then they make their whole little, like, and the barbers are doing the same thing. You ain't never even owned a shop. Not you. I'm saying some of these guys ain't never even owned a shop. They ain't never really made six figures behind a chair by themselves. They ain't never really did none of this stuff, but they pretending like they do, and they're selling the classes and doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've really done it, but they ain't. Yeah, and that's the thing that's like, to me, I identify that shit straight up, because I can tell if a motherfucker really puts his work in. I've put my fucking work in. This motherfucker's made that money behind the chair. And anybody who knows me knows that shit. You can go around, you can ask any barber from around the area, they'll tell you this motherfucker works. I've done it. You know what I mean? And other people, I just like, I see it and I'm like, it's just, I feel bad for the youngsters, because then they see it and they're like, they see that cat and they're like, oh, that's how it is. That's not really how it is. You know what I mean? Like, cats that really are doing real estate, a lot of my family does real estate, and they're selling houses. They ain't online selling books on how to sell houses. They're really making that. My wife's uncle, I'm not gonna say his name out there, but he's #1 real estate agent in Morgan Hill. Dude makes like $3 to $5 million a year. He's killing it, and he's if not the #1 dude out here. But he ain't online and doing seminars and all this. And I'm sure, and he has every right to. But he's doing, like, people that are doing it, they ain't got time to be talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, I know a barber that owns 3 barber colleges and fucking 20 barber shops, and he's not on IG with a big ass following. But the motherfucker's he's a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you get like, in business for.
Yeah, and then you got these dudes that don't own a shop, don't nothing, and they're making, you know, maybe some cool money. Doing whatever they're doing, hustling people online. But to me, it's like, there's just people doing a lot of talking, but they're not really doing what they're talking about. And that just goes for everything. That's how the rap game is. Everything's always been like that. You know what I mean? Showing the cars that ain't theirs, showing the fake chains. I mean,
that's true.
To me, that's just not. And that stuff is leaked into. And it's leaked into the barber game. And now you got barbers with these big old fake fat chains. Because if that shit was real, you wouldn't be wearing that shit, because you know somebody will snatch it off your neck. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? That brings me back to, man, that brings me back going to these barber shows, man. You walk into that damn barber show, you got everybody with the future hats, big glasses, super tight jeans. Like, I don't know what it is about going to a barber convention where everybody looks the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? Big beard, dude, super lined up, little hair on top. It is just like, I walk in, I'm like a bunch of barber robots. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm in there with shorts, high socks with slides on, with a cup. You know what I mean?
And I'm not, and I don't care that like I said, everybody can do what everybody can do what they do. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I don't knock. I'm not knocking the hustles. But I'm identifying. I identify it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody got to hustle. Everybody got to do what they got to do to get their bread, whatever. But it's hard for me to take it. I mean, I can't take no advice from a realtor that ain't never sold no houses, but he's telling me how to do real estate and how to get into the game. I'm like, wait a minute, because motherfuckers make this shit sound like it's a lot easier than it is. And that's how you realize, like, these cats ain't really doing it, because when you're really managing multiple properties and doing all this kind of stuff, like, you ain't got time to talk about it. Like, people make it seem like here's the thing, people make it seem like once you're an entrepreneur and once you're self-employed, like, everything's just all gravy and you just sitting at home all day, just chilling on your phone while everybody on your team is working, and you don't have to do shit anymore. Like, you got to work fucking even harder. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have to work even harder. I'll tell you right now, my life was way easier when I was just doing YouTube videos and I didn't have a barbershop. Does that mean I don't want a barbershop? No, it doesn't mean that, or that I don't want to build more barbershops or whatever the case. But what I'm saying is, like, the deeper you go into stuff, the more work you're going to have. And eventually, you know what I mean? God willing, you stack up enough cheese and you have the right investments to where you could sit back and then you chill. But that shit don't happen that quick, bro. I go, oh, how long you how long you been in the barber game? Oh, 5 years. But you know what I mean? I'm this and I'm that and I've done this and you know what I mean? I got 100,000 followers, whatever. And it's just like, bro, you're not even close. Cats are not even close, bro, to touching real bread in this game. There's a few barbers in this barber game that have touched real bread, and I know who they are, and they know who I am, and we're cool. And I'm just saying, but very few cats are really touching real bread, and they ain't got nothing to be celebrating about. Unless you own at least one house or at least 2 or 3 or 4, like cats shouldn't be out there acting. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't be happy. I'm just saying, like, a lot of cats are celebrating stuff that there's no reason for them to be celebrating. Like, you still got a lot of, to me, I mean, I just hold myself to like a way higher like standard where it's like, dude, I ain't nowhere near where, I mean, I'm where I want to be, but I'm nowhere near, like, when you measure up to a real entrepreneur or a real, you know what I mean, person, you're like, wait a minute, how far in the game or how much have I really done? You know what I mean? There's people with millions of followers. They got 100,000 employees. And it's just like, dude, the sky's the limit. That's even in this barber game, the sky is the limit. And I just haven't really seen anybody get to that level where it's like they're really doing something out of the ordinary, where they really are doing something that's like, oh my God, crazy, where I could watch them and be like, damn, dude, I'm really inspired by that person. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's just kind of playing follow the follower right now at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's still at that. It's still at that stage where everybody's just playing follow the follower, which ain't a bad thing. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. It's just that's what I see, and I just don't really see anything where, like, I mean, my mentors are not barbers. I have a few barbers, like I said, that I look up to, that I call and ask, like, hey, man, what would you do in this position or in this situation? In fact, I had a good long conversation with my boy that I look up to, man, big time, Mark Jason Salofa. Shout out to him. He owns MJS Grooming, and he was on my DVD as well. That dude's a very smart dude, and I always go to him for advice, and he always gives me good quality advice. And you should have him actually on here. You know what I mean? When you get a chance. Yeah. He's definitely more of a calm individual than I am. I'm more, you know what I mean, hyperactive, high strung. But you're good, man. But like him, I'll go to him because he's mentally somewhere I want to be. You know what I mean? But like my mentors aren't barbers. My mentors are guys that are sitting on 30 properties and got got businesses that make $300,000 a month. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm nowhere near, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not sitting here acting like I'm where they're at or even close to where they're at, because I'm not. I'd be lying to you, and I'm not a liar. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you right now, you better hang out with people. Don't hang out with people that are even close to where you are. Like, you want to hang out with people that are exponentially, you know what I mean, doing better than you. That way you can at least, even if you fall short, you're gonna be, you know what I mean, in a way better situation if you're hanging around with people that, you know what I mean? It's that's the mentors you want to choose, you know? Sorry if I'm going too crazy, man. I'm just.
I was gonna say, man.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, there's so much talent out here that, like you said, they don't even put themselves on social media. You know what I mean? Like
exactly, because they're making their bread. They're out there getting it.
Exactly. It's like my boy had on there on my last one on Thursday. I posted him. His name's Ant. I work with him at the barbershop. Dude is making money. I see it with my own eyes. You know what I mean? He's so busy and so back to back on cuts. He don't have time for social media. You don't have time for that. But that's where you want to be.
Exactly.
You know? Like, if he wasn't sit there and take his and do videos and write a book, he would probably do good, honestly. But he
right.
His head is in the game. It ain't about what's around.
Yes.
Trying to please other people, and you know what I mean. So, and that's why I brought him on, because he has so much wisdom, and he's not all over social media like this. And it was like, I wanted to bring him on here, someone like you, and I wanted to pick his brain, because, you know, no one don't know who he is. I'm bringing big names on here that everybody knows, but the one I bring on, Ant, has the same knowledge as them too, you know. But don't more.
He probably got more. He probably got more knowledge. He probably got more game. Like my boy Mark. I'm not gonna put no names because I don't want to put nobody's business out there. I don't do that. But I know barbers that are making more off of 2 and 3 chair shops than barbers that got 10 chair, 15 chair shops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's where the business mindset and the business model comes into play. Any dumb fuck can go and open up a barber shop, fill it full of chairs, and just give a bunch of motherfuckers $100 rent. And I've been there too. I've been that business owner to do that. Any barber can do that though. But how can you make your business profitable and run as lean as possible, where your overhead's not killing you, where you're actually making money? Because if you're not making money, what's the fucking point of being in business? I talk to barbers every day, bro, that are just like, dude, how do I'm not making it, bro. You got all these barbers, you know what I mean, working for you. They coming in smelling like weed or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just not, you know what I mean, helping your business for one, you know what I mean? But it's like, dude, I mean, like I said, I can't go too much into numbers and how it's done, because the game is to be sold, not to be told. But but I know barbers that are making, I know barbers that making a shit ton off of a couple chairs, more than cats with 10, 15 chairs. And they're sitting there scratching their head. Why am I so stressed out? Why am I not making any money? You know what I mean? And it's like, because, man, and don't get me wrong, I've been there too. I've been where I was like, hold up, dude, I'm not doing something right. But you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to ask. I'm never afraid. I never got too much pride to where I'll hit up my boy Mark, or I'll hit up, you know what I mean? I'll hit up people that I know are doing it, maybe not on social media, but they're doing it in real life. You know what I mean? Their bank account is really doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not in there looking at their numbers, but I just know, you know what I mean? We know what's up. We have a common understanding. And it's like, you know what I mean? And I go, you know what? This person, that person, let me know, fill me in. What do I got to do? I'm about to do this. What do you think? Boom, 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 bouncing ideas back and forth. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's how you win.
And I got a boy like that. I got a boy, he's a barber, opened up one shop, ended up investing in another one to where he got another shop. So now he got 3. So now he pulled away from barbering, opened up a couple more shops, but he's investing all that money into houses and cars and flipping other ways. Yeah, and he's flipping other ways. And it's like, is he on social media? No. He don't need that.
Exactly.
His mind is about growing businesses, making money, putting it back for his family, and redoing it. He ain't got time to write books or write shit like that. You know what I mean? He's
exactly. There's nothing wrong with writing books, though.
Oh no,
there's nothing wrong with
no. But you know, it's
but
just,
I know what you mean. He ain't got time for doing that. He ain't got time for doing the whole social media marketing type stuff. That works. Don't get me wrong. You can make money.
Yeah. You're right.
But you want to build your stuff on a real foundation where it's like with or without social media. Yeah, because what happens if social media is dead tomorrow? Yeah, you know what I mean? Where's all your money?
Who's that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. And it's like I would honestly rather have 10 or 20 properties than freaking hella followers and all this kind of stuff. I would rather be on that level, you know what I mean, of wealth. So if you could have both, have both. Yeah, you know what I mean? Have fun with it, but you got to have your priorities where it's like, which one's more important? You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of
the
stuff,
social media stuff.
And I feel like a lot of stuff we're talking about right now is good for these up-and-coming barbers to listen to. You know, like,
good, yes.
Yeah, don't get sidetracked by all these instant famous type barbers that probably got fake followers and things like that. Focus on yourself. You know what I mean? Focus on yourself in this industry.
Yeah, I mean? That's crazy. That makes me laugh when people say like fake followers and all this. I'm like, man,
I don't know.
People really going out of their.
They go out their way, man, and they buy followers.
Excuse me.
They go out.
No, I know, bro.
It's crazy, man.
This shit is crazy.
So yeah, man.
And you don't even need to do. And check this out. This is how much you don't need to do that. This is how much you don't need to do that. Okay. When I first dropped my first DVD, The Cut Above the Rest Volume 1, right? I only had 10. There was no IG. I only had 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Mind you, my other brand that I'm building up right now already has 15,000 subscribers right now, and I'm just getting started. And this is a whole nother, has nothing to do with barbering. It's something totally different. I only had 10,000 subscribers, bro. As soon as I dropped my DVD, money in the bank, bro. So it's like you don't even need, if you're not getting paid off of your followers, what's the point? Not like that, but it's like if you're not getting paid if you're not like, what's the point of having a big old following and you're not making money through this? You know what I mean? Otherwise, there's no. Yeah, it's a waste of your time.
Yeah. Continue
and
doing
like
the footwork in the shop and make your money on the walk-ins and building.
Yeah, but if you know how to build your following and monetize it, that's a good thing. I'm not here. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, Vic's against social media. Not at all. If you know how, if you can monetize it and you can make money, that's a great thing. It's a powerful tool. Yeah. Or all I'm saying is you got to take that money and reinvest it and reinvest your time into things that are, you know what I mean? Other things too. You can't. Don't put all.
No, you're right. You're right. I was gonna say don't
put all your eggs in one little basket.
There you go.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that's a stupid.
If the social media is not working, then just continue doing what you're doing and worry about yourself on making money. You know, social media is not for everybody at the end of the day. And if it ain't working for you, just focus on yourself, man.
And eventually everything works. You just got to keep trying different things or whatever. Yeah. But it's like, you know, I know that's kind of like a dumb term to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but that shit is real. Don't just put all your money into your savings account. Put some in some stocks, put some in your 401k or whatever, put some in your IRA, put some in some real estate. Like, it's the same thing with your time. Like, don't put all your time into social media. Put some time into your craft, learning, actually get good at what you're doing. There's cats that all they're doing is putting their time into social media, but they ain't got none of this. They can't even, they really can't even cut yet.
Can't even use
They're just trying to be big on social media. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, just, you know what I mean? Just put your time into different things, not, you know what I mean? Obviously, you want to delegate your time wisely into things that are going to, you know, make you successful, obviously. But what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? Don't put it all into just one thing. Like, mix it up, you know, everybody. Because if this social media, with this whole corona and everything going the way it is, if this whole social, dude, I've already got 3 other business structured barber type businesses already laid out just in case they try to say, oh, you can only have 1 or 2 barbers in your barber shop at a time. If that happens, bro, click. I'm fucking closing up my shop. There's no reason for me to go in there and pay rent and only be able to have 2 barbers. I already got other plans. You know what I'm saying? Other cats are like, I'm not cutting out of my garage because I don't want people to know where I live. But
that's true. But I mean, like, you can start.
I can't have. Dude, I can't have people coming to my neighborhood. Look at this. You know what I mean? Coming out here, seeing where your boy's at.
Having a party
out here in the subbies, and then you know what I mean. Wait until I'm not home or some shit, and then fucking try to get your boy. Hell no. But I mean, I get what you're saying. Some people cut out. I used to cut out of the house, but I definitely wouldn't do that at this point in time. Because I mean, I got kids, and I just wouldn't want nobody just random. I would have certain people come through, but not enough to where I'm actually making any kind of real money. So it'd be like, what's the point of setting my whole shit up for that? But what I'm saying is, I've got ideas where it's like, okay, if this were to happen, where I could still cut and do what I got to do and, you know, make money and everything like that. But it's like, you got to be like that because, dude, God forbid, what if that happens? They really can do whatever they want to do. The government can do whatever they want to do. And you got to be ready to adapt and overcome. You got to be ready to move. So that's what if social media just tanks? You know what I mean? And no more money through that. All the online businesses. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to start putting that real footwork in. You got to start actually hustling some, you know what I mean? Some other type of way. I ain't talking about no illegal shit. But I'm saying, like,
it's crazy. I just said that on my 2 podcasts. Like, footwork will never go out of style. I don't care.
Ever.
It will never. Like, go buy your cards. Always keep them on you because that's gonna be where you get most of your clientele at. You know. And I was just saying, like, footwork will never die out. You know.
Ever. And a good handshake. And a good personality and a smile. Even though I don't have great teeth, even though I got gaps and shit. Hey, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? I'll come straight up and I'm not ashamed of my grill. You know what I mean? I'll go up and smile and shake somebody's hand and be like, what's up, bro? How you doing? That's how you got to be as a barber. That's another thing. I see these barbers, they got like no people skills. That's like, dude, you are in the wrong industry if you got no people skills. You're not going to, you might, and don't get me wrong, I know barbers that have no people skills and they got a cool little clientele, but you're never really going to be able to build with people because you got to, if you want to build on a on a larger scale, you have to have a good personality, because people got to want to be around you, and they got to be able to follow you and follow your lead. You got to be that leader, and you got to be, you know what I mean? You got to be a cool person. If you don't got a good personality, you're not going to grow with people. You might just be cool with your little clientele behind the chair making your money, but come on, bro. The sky's the limit with this. Why limit yourself with a shitty attitude? You know what I'm saying?
I seen a barber cut 4 haircuts, didn't say not one word. I was like,
dude,
do that. I mean,
bro,
it was the quietest 4 cuts I ever seen in my life, and I'm like, I don't know how he works.
Dude, that is crazy. But some clients, granted, some clients they actually like a quiet barber that don't say shit. So to each his own. Some like me, if anything, I'm one of the barbers that might talk too much. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's me too.
But I'm successful, so I must be doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
But I know some people that are at an extremely low vibration, you know what I mean? They have a bad attitude or whatever.
Yeah.
They definitely don't like being around cats like me or you, because our energy is like, hey, what's going on, bro? Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And like cats that are just like mad, they want to hear a motherfucker happy. They're just like, man, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? In their head. That's what they're saying. And they're just mad about every little thing. And sure enough, you keep hanging around those motherfuckers, or you keep those motherfuckers in your shop, that shit starts bringing on the vibration of you. You know what I mean? And the whole entire shop. You know what I mean?
Vibe, everything.
And it's just like, bro, it could go bad, bro, if you got the wrong people, you know what I mean, in your spot with you, or if you're in a spot. That's one of the things I put in my barber Bible. I put, do not work in a shop full of haters. Like if you're working with people that ain't doing shit, and you are, and it's only a matter of time, bro, before they start looking at you funny. Next thing you know, they just start treating you different, bro. And it's like, and then if you let that'll bring your vibe down, and then that'll fuck you up. So you got to be around people that are like-minded, that believe in what you're doing. Because if you don't, they'll take you down with them, with their misery. Misery loves company.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. These old sayings have been around for a very long time for a reason, because the shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, bro, I know all too well all this shit. But I'm on such.
I was gonna say, are your books, going back to your book you wrote, is it still doing sales? You can still buy it if someone wants to buy it that is watching right now?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Where could they pick it up at?
For the very low price of $19. No, I'm just kidding, bro.
Hey, but today I'll give it to you for $9.95.
Yeah.
$20. Or easy payments.
Yeah. No, but they're on. Yeah, they're on the website if they want to check them out. Timelessbarbers.com. Yes, sir.
Man. Yeah, you did go.
But if you notice, I don't need. Yeah, it's cool. I don't even push it all crazy, because I'm just kind of like, I just let it sell itself, and I could definitely market it more than I do. But like I said, bro, my passion, I already did that, and I'm onto something now that's got my heart burning with desire. And that's like Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich. You got to have that burning desire, and I've got that again. You know what I mean? I've always had that. I had that for A Cut Above the Rest. I had that for part 2, part 3, opening up my shop, the book, my products, everything. I always had that. But eventually, it's like, you know what I mean? You gotta keep that fire burning. And if certain things aren't doing that for you, you gotta do something new. And for me, I'm never gonna stop barbering. I'm never gonna quit or anything and just hang up the clippers. But I could definitely got something right now it's got my fire burning more than barbering for that. You know what I mean? I know that might hurt some people to hear that out there that are old school Vic the Barber fans or whatever, but it's just, I'm at that point in my life. I still love barbering though. And I still, I'm going to continue to stay consistent with my YouTube videos, even if I don't get no views. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it I'm doing it for the love and for the people, because I don't want people, I almost feel like I kind of let people down for a while. And hey, I understand why people could feel like that. Yeah. But so I'm going to keep doing that, because I got love for everybody out there that's always supported me. So I want to show that love and always give back. but I got something else that I'm working on, and that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
So you are going to be dropping, and you are going to be dropping more videos, right? When everything opens back up.
Oh yeah. I just did you see my last one that I dropped or no?
Yeah. No,
I just dropped another one. Yeah, and I got
3.
Yep, 2. Yep, and I got another one in the chamber. Right, I got 10 in the chamber right now. I got 10. I just have to do the voiceovers, but it's hard,
okay.
dude. I'm telling you, bro. I hate listening to myself talk. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
If I could just crank out the YouTube videos, but people are like, nah, you're not explaining. This is not a real tutorial, and I get it. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? You got other dudes explaining everything, so I'm like, okay. But that's the part that kind of slows me up, is that if I could just edit the videos and I'm at a point where it's like people but people should be able to kind of like me. I'm a visual learner. So I've always been like, why do people need me to even talk about it? Like, just hold the clipper like I'm holding it, put the guard on that I'm using, you know what I mean? And just do like I do. You know what I mean?
But
I mean, I guess,
man, to sit there and to do a tutorial, there's a lot of work behind that shit. It ain't easy, man.
A lot. Yeah.
So it's talking, writing, typing, downloading on your hard drive. Like, that shit takes time, man.
Yes.
Yeah, but
straight. And dude, and this is the part that holds me back the most, more than anything. Is not holds me back, but the uploading, bro. I don't know, how long does it take for you to upload a video?
Like 2 hours.
How long?
2 hours.
2, bro. It literally out here, our I don't know why, but in Morgan Hill, our freaking our Wi-Fi or whatever is so slow, bro. It literally takes me sometimes 8 to 10 hours to upload a video.
God.
Like a 20-minute video will take that long. And I'm just like, oh my God, like it's discouraging.
Yeah, I even had to cut down and I had to take the HD off and put it at 750 so it could go a little faster. Because I'm like, I just hate watching it upload. Like, come on, man, hurry we're in 2020. Why is this shit taking this long? So that's all, like, man.
Maybe but then if I do that, then the clarity won't be there, and I want that crispy, crispy visual. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like 8 hours. So if I start uploading one right now, it's not going to upload till 1 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, damn, you know what I mean? It's just kind of discouraging. But I mean, I'm not letting nothing discourage me. I'm gonna continue to make the YouTube videos just because I know that they're helping people, and I'm gonna continue to do it. So you know. But go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, man. You know, a lot of people that look up to you. I'm one of them, and it's good to see you back and
appreciate that, bro.
Having that fire to put out videos, and you know, I'm glad you're back. To be honest, and like you text me a couple months ago, like, bro, I'm coming back. I'm gonna start dropping videos, and you know, as a fan, as a supporter, as a follower, like, that was dope to hear you text me that. Me being someone you didn't even know, for me to be looking up to you was dope, man. I just want to, you know, say thank you for coming on my podcast, blessing me, because you're a legend.
Amen,
man.
bro.
To be honest, you're a legend.
Thank you. I'm only a legend because you guys gave me the time of day to watch my shit. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I'm just another fucking barber cutting hair. I don't look at myself like, don't get me wrong, I look at myself like I'm somebody, but we're all on the same mission, bro. So like, that's another thing, like, barbers need to cut that thinking they're better than other people type shit out. We're all on the same mission. We're all here to get money. Mm-hmm. We're all here to, you know what I mean, share the love, share the knowledge or whatever, and just keep it moving. Like, nobody, you know what I mean? I don't see myself like higher than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just see myself as like a normal dude, just like you. You know what I mean? Anybody else. So people have always been like, man, you're so cool and down to earth. I'm like, what would you expect me to be? You know what I mean? What did you think I was? Did you think I was going to be, I'm down to earth on the videos? Did you think when you met me, I was going to be like, oh, I don't know you. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't get down like that. But a lot of these dudes do.
I see.
You know what I mean? And they need to get, and they need to get fucking slapped for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
True, yeah. It's like, you take someone like you, me, if I was to see you in person, Vic, what's up, man? You got me through barber calls.
Oh, I'd be like, what up, bro?
Yeah. But you're saying the people that aren't like that, you go up there, you tell them something like that, and they're like, what? You want a picture or not? You know what I mean? Like, hold on, bro. Like, I can give a fuck about a picture.
Oh my God, bro.
I want to be able to tell you how much I respect you.
Have you actually heard somebody say that?
No.
You've actually seen that? I've heard that from other people too. But have you actually heard
don't think I would
anybody
be
act
able-
like that?
I don't think I would be able to take it. I think I would have to sleep him right there, to be honest.
Bro, I'm taking flight.
TMZ,
I'm
exactly.
For
But I heard
for
it though.
sure taking flight.
And I think a lot of us watching would probably do the same thing, man. Like, you know.
Hell yeah, bro.
And I see what you mean because, like you said, you're nobody. You're doing what you love to do. People just like to see, and you taught so many people as a teacher. And it said, you know, me doing this and my follow base, and you know, I get people that I'll sign on to their live. They'll be live, and they'll be like, "Bro, look who's on," and I'll write on there like, "Bro, I'm normal, though." You know what I mean? Like, because they're trying to put me at a high pedestal. I'm like, "Bro, I'm on your level."
Because you're doing something.
Yeah, you know. And
Anytime somebody's doing something, people automatically think like, damn, this guy's doing something. But I mean, you are doing something. And that's a good thing. But just everybody out there,
like
just
us,
no matter how big, right. And no matter this message to anybody out there, if you got 100,000 followers or 1,000 followers or whatever the fuck, just stay humble, man.
Mm-hmm.
Being like that doesn't put no more money in your pocket, and being humble doesn't take any money out of your pocket. Like, just be a humble, good person and just be cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's my message right there. Just be cool, be humble, share love, because you didn't start this shit. So a lot of cats be thinking like, oh, I'm teaching something somebody else is not teaching, so I'm better or some shit like that. But it's like, nah, bro. Before all y'all, I was teaching this shit. And before me, Al's Million was teaching the shit. And before that, it was some other barber. And before that, so don't get it twisted. There's nothing new under the sun. And everybody's here to learn. And everybody just needs to stay humble. And no matter what, we're all human beings. We're all from the same planet. We're all barbers. And that's just what it is. So
we all bleed.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything, man.
Yes.
So,
Amen.
you know, I just want to say thank you, Vic, man, for blessing my podcast. And we could have kept talking. I'm sure we'll probably end up calling each other because, you know, I like talking to you, man. You're cool people.
Right after this.
Yeah, we are gonna. But you know, make sure you guys go for you up and newcomers, man. This is the man right here. I don't know where he's at on my screen, where you guys can see it, but make sure you guys go check his fucking YouTube out, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, after this little podcast, you're gonna start seeing my podcast switching because I got a little people hitting my DM and said, "Bro, start being you. Stop trying to be fake, man." I'm not being fake, but they're like, just be you. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you're probably being more reserved. You're being reserved.
Exactly,
That's how I used to be.
Exactly.
And I'm still going to be reserved in my YouTube videos just for the simple fact, but I'm not naturally that reserved, just so everybody out there knows that.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not.
I think they're seeing it though. I think you're putting your more into more humbling because they only see you on YouTube and your finger going to work on a head. You know what I mean? Come out right, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all good.
Right. You know what I mean? They see only your tutorials and they see your YouTube.
Yeah.
They don't get to
and
see
now we're going to
like
take
this.
our 1.5. And now we're going to.
see? That's all they hear. So to see this side of you, man, and I'm sure they're probably thinking the same thing, like this dude, man, is really cool. And it's all mutual love. And like I said, thank you for taking your time. And you're a legend in my eyes, man. And thank you. This is episode 19. Blessed 19, man. You know?
That's right.
Make sure you guys check them out, man. If you want to,
I'm going to look that up.
I always let people drop their Instagram. So go ahead and do it, man. Welcome to the Instagram world.
It's at Timeless Vic, TIMELESSVICK.
There you go.
So
make sure you guys
if you
go
want to
check
follow
them out.
your boy, follow me.
Yes, man. Thank you again. All love. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 19 is in the bag. Stay tuned. Wednesday's my birthday, so I might not be on here Wednesday. You know, 33.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Happy birthday. 33 is the best number.
Hey. All right, Vic, man. Take care, and I'll give you a call. How about that?
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
Yep.